Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Pearson here, and today we are going to be learning partial quotients with hundreds. This is part one. Part two will be coming up soon. So, first thing to notice partial quotients. Do you see part in there? Partial part quotients. That means we're getting the answer in parts. So that's going to be the strategy that we're using today. Before we get started, let's review the fair share method that probably a lot of you used in third grade. Here is our problem. Mark has 336 Pokemon cards. He wants to split the cards between his three friends. He wants to share them equally, fair share. How many will each friend get? So if we're doing this, we could say each friend gets 100 cards. And that would be 3 times 100, 300. So far we've divided up 300 of the 336 total cards. Then we could say each friend gets 10 cards. 3 times 10 is 30. So currently we've divided up 330 of the 336 cards. How many more cards to divide up? 6 more cards. So if we give each friend 2 cards, 3 times 2 is 6, and now we have divided up all of the cards. Let's look at how we could do that exact same problem using partial quotients. So in this way, this is just I hand wrote out that each friend gets 100, then each friend gets 10, then each friend gets 2. In partial quotients, we'll say, okay, over here, I've got my 3 friends. I drew 3 circles just to help. And I'd say each friend gets 100. If each friend gets 100, that's 300. So let me subtract. I need to divide up 336. If I give each friend 100, that means 300. And if I'll subtract and say, okay, I have 36 more to divide. If I give each 10, 10, 10, 10, then that will be 30. Let me subtract away 30 and see how much more I still have to divide. I have 6 more to divide. If I give each friend 2, 2, 2, 2, that would be a total of 6 cards, and I have 0 left to divide. So you see how I did that? It's the same strategy, but you don't have to draw the boxes, and it'll end up saving you a lot of time for future problems. This is the same thing as over here with the 100 and the 10 and the 2. But I calculated and said, okay, 100 3 times would be 300. Let me subtract that to see how much more I still have to go. 10 3 times would be 30. Let me subtract that and see how much more I still have to go. 2 3 times would be 6. And let me subtract. I have no remainder. So the next problem is for you to try. I wrote 567 divided by 5 twice, because after you answer, I'm going to show you both ways, fair share and partial quotients, that you could use to solve this. Have a go. Okay, so first let's look at fair share. 567 divided by 5. We have 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're dividing it into the hundreds, you don't want to count by like put 2 in each group, put 4 in each group. That'll take too long. So you want to pick as large of a number as you can figure out will work. So I started with put 100 in each group. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I still have 600 or 67 more to go. Oops. So then I said, okay, 67 more to go, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now I have 17 more to go, because so far I've done 550. And 17 more to go. If I go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Altogether, what I did first was 500. All those hundreds to each added up to 500. All those tens to each added up to 50. And all the threes to each added up to 15. So altogether, I have just divided 565. That's not 567. That's 2 away. So I would say I have a remainder of 2 because if I put 1 here, that's not fair share. It's not equal anymore. So let's look at it partial quotients way. If you say, okay, I'm going to put 100 in each group. If it helps to compare it to this, I put 100 in each group. You get 100, you get 100, you get 100. That would be 500. Let's subtract away the 500 from our 567 to see, okay, we have 67 more. We need to divide. Let's give each 10. You get 10. You get 10. You get 10. Oop, I should have 5 circles here because I'm dividing it into 5. Whoops. You get 10. You get 10. You get 10. That would be 50. Now let's subtract away the 50 and see we have 17 more that we need to divide. If we give each 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So that would be 15. Let's subtract, and we have 2 left over. Both ways, same quotient, 113, remainder of 2. Okay, next one, same thing. 678 divided by 9. When you get started, think, what is the largest number, the biggest multiplication fact you know that you can multiply by 9 to get close to 678? So I know you all know 9 times 5 because you can count by 5s. 9 times 5 is 45. So the first thing I said, let's put 50 in each. If 9 times 5 is 45, 9 times 50 will be 450. Okay, that's obviously, we still have more to go. We haven't divided up the 678 yet. So what if I put 20 in each? 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, wait a minute. So what if I put 20 in each? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180. Okay, let's see where I'm at so far. 0 and 0 is 0, 5 and 8, 13. So I'm at 638. If I subtract from the 678, if I subtract 630, that'll tell me how much more I need to go. Okay, I need to go 48 more. So I did 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I know that 9 times 5 is 45. And if I subtract 45, then I have 3 left over. Remainder of 3. The answer, 75, remainder of 3. Let's look at it this way with the partial quotients. So this is going to be much quicker because we don't have to draw out 9 boxes and write 50 9 times. We just write 50 one time and say, okay, 9 times 50, that's 450. Now let's subtract and see how much more we need to divide. We need to divide 228 more. So let's put 20. 20 times 9, well, 2 times 9 is 18. So 20 times 9 is 180. Let's subtract. We have 48 more to go. 5 times 9 is 45. So let's subtract, 3 more to go. And so 3 will be our remainder because we cannot fair share 3 into those 9 boxes unless we make the 3 into a fraction. So answer, 75, remainder of 3. All right, see y'all later.